My name is Pat Wilds. I am the new director of the Government Law Center here at Albany Law School. My start in government law and policy really came from, I would say, when I served in AmeriCorps before I came to law school. I think I saw some really good work being done, and then I was working in the healthcare industry right as Obamacare was being rolled out, so seeing how many people were gaining access to health insurance back then. But I realized that it was probably a limit to the impact I could have without having something like a law degree and more of a substantial educational background. So that really led me to think, like, what's better than going to law school and being able to tackle these issues with a larger skill set and a bigger tool belt. Coming to Albany Law School directly influenced my decision to work in specifically state government here in New York. The law school is obviously the only school situated here in the state capital, which is incredibly important, and it's a really exciting capital to observe and to be a part of. So having access to that and being able to go downtown and see what proceedings are looking like in real time in between classes was hugely beneficial. And also access to a lot of faculty and staff who've had experience in and around different levels of the government space was really a useful experience for me. I also was lucky enough coming out of law school to be an Excelsior Fellow, which allowed me to jump straight into state government out of law school, which hasn't always been the easiest thing to do. So having that opportunity for being a student here and jumping straight into public service out of school really helped kickstart my career in a really meaningful way. My approach to the Government Law Center is that there's a really rich, sustained, robust history to take into account. So a lot of my initial take on the job is making sure that we're respecting the integrity of the work that's been done to date. But of course, I think there's a lot of room for growth as well. So I'm excited to both learn even more and more about the deep history that the Government Law Center has, and also work collaboratively with the staff and the overall student body and the larger alumni network and beyond to bring the Government Law Center to a whole different level. There's a lot of really important work that happens in Albany that's not just limited to the state workforce. So I think if we can help students gain experience there during school, that's great. If we can set them up with mentors while they're here, that's great. And I think there's a whole number of streams that can lead people to work in the public sector coming out of school. One thing that I'm really excited about coming back to the school is being able to work directly with students. Having been here, having sat in their seat not terribly long ago, I think I still have a pretty good sense as to what they're experiencing, and also know what being an early career attorney looks like these days, especially in the public sector. So I look forward to trying to impart as much wisdom as the students will take from me. The sense of community here is really one of the things that brought me to the school to begin with, and it's something that has really inspired me to come back. So I'm really excited about that generally. The Government Law Center is also a really exciting opportunity to look at how we can impact the world externally as well, not just in preparing our students for the future, but also how we can impact government in a really meaningful way. There's a fantastic team at the Government Law Center. There's a ton of alumni and resources that we have locally and across the state, and even across the country, that we can continue to tap into and hopefully further tap into to expand our reach as a school and expand the capacity we have to influence government in a positive way. I would say in my first year, a huge goal of mine is getting fully immersed in this community again, getting to know who all of the players are, hopefully who all the students are, and really helping to establish a lot more contacts for the Government Law Center in government. And also to start thinking towards the future and what type of initiatives that we can continue to work on and expand that we're already doing, and what type of new and exciting opportunities might be on the horizon for the school.